David, congratulations on this amazing work. Just to get things started, could you share with everyone what was your introduction to Cheech and Chong back in the day, and what did it mean to you at the time? And maybe that evolved over time as well.
I grew up on the movies and then got turned on to the albums from my brother. So that was kind of my introduction. Up in Smoke, next movie, and just fell in love with the guys.
And thought, someday I'm going to make a documentary about them?
I never thought that.
Much later?
It just kind of found me,
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to make the movie with the guys, yeah.
Now, David, of course, has produced a number of movies that you might recognize the names of, like Sling Blade and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and Dallas Buyers Club. But this is your directorial debut, and maybe this was the perfect project for you to make the leap. Can you tell us a little bit about how you said, this is it, I'm going to direct something?
I just love nonfiction and watched a lot of it, and we were gonna do something else, and that ended up not happening. And it seemed obvious because they have such a great story, and they were game. So we went for it.
Well, they were game. Thank goodness for that you guys shared everything that you did in this film and got the story out there. You've seen it now a couple times each, I think. Does it get better each time you watch it?
Go ahead.
I can't remember.
That's a good thing, I think.
Did you edit since I saw it the last time?
From South by, we took out 1.5 minutes.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's good. I mean, he's not incredible, but he's... No, it shocked me the first time I saw it. I was kind of in shock, Look, I didn't know I got that old. Jesus.
Well, it's kind of like your life flashes before you at supersonic speed, and this one, oh, and now they're there. Oh, okay. At the end. Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Went
trip.
by fast.
No, I got to say, as a movie maker, Dave pulled it off. And not only pulled it off, it's really a testament in movie making, because with Cheech and Chong, you got a lot of choices, especially if you want to go the humor, the funny way. If you want to just go for laughs, you could do that. But what Dave did, he went looking for that nerve, that you usually don't touch because it creates too many other things. The nerve is called the truth. And sometimes that truth, when you expose it like that, it's fascinating. You can't help but just, because the thing is about movies now, people talk about, there's no movie industry. Oh yeah, there is a movie industry. But people, the audience, are getting so schooled that you can't, there was a time when you could do car chases and stunts and do all sorts of gimmicks to make it work, or to at least get the investors' money back. But what Dave is moved into now, it's realizing how intelligent the audience is. And when you raise the intelligence level of what you're aiming at, then you create art. And this is what it is.
Thank you, Tommy. Thank you.
And Tommy, thank you for talking about the audience and this fantastic audience tonight, to rewatch the film, to experience it in real time with everyone here. I mean, there were multiple moments of applause throughout the movie. It was fantastic to watch it with all of you. The choice of bringing in the animation, if I could just talk about that for real quick.
Is James here? James Blagden? There he is, Jimmy Blagden.
Excellent.
Take a bow, take a bow.
Take a bow.
And our editor, Brett Mason, is here. Where's Brett? Brett? He's here with this little girl. I can't see you. I can't see beyond 3 rows. Okay. Yeah. James was one of the first hires, He has a short Doc Ellis about the guy who pitched a no-hitter on LSD. You can see it on YouTube. And I fell in love with James. And there was a bunch of stories that we didn't have any archival. We didn't have anything of the guys talking other than the White Psych. So we teamed up with James, and he helped bring these stories to life. And people really liked the animations.
Absolutely. I mean, we're seeing it for these sort of sequences like you're talking about in a lot of documentaries of late, but just outstanding. Thank you so much for that great work.
James Blagden.
Excellent.
I want to ask one more question before we start to bring in the audience that I'm just curious about. Fantastic job getting the ducks in a row with the career, the backstory, the very well-selected clips from the movies, talking about the albums. I really appreciated you guys in interviews with the mainstream press and all of that great archival footage. It's a media history trip, too. And you guys were always a great interview, and I'm just curious.
Well, we were influenced by the Beatles, if you remember.
Yeah.
The Beatles, they always had these very intellectual interviews. At least I was yeah, you too, right? Yeah, and so when, so the interviewer always became a part of our act. You know, we had a great time with that. You know, that's why Geraldo was so cool. You know,
There's a lot of Geraldo in this film.
Back when Geraldo was cool.
That's why we ended up with at the Playboy Mansion. That was.
You know where I was going with that. That's what I wanted to hear. But I just hope that you were appreciated with those outlets at the time, because you guys were always terrific in those interviews.
We always surprised them. Always. Tom Snyder, always, for the first part of the interview, he has this real puffy questions, and then he starts listening to what we were saying, and he starts to get intrigued, and then that's when you got the hook in them, and you can pull them up, and they go along with you for wherever you're going, and they get along, they hear the humor, and okay, I better ask intelligent questions, and they can
One
make funny
time we
answers.
were on Fox and being interviewed by Bill O'Reilly, and he was a Cheech and Chong hater from way back. But we got him so good. We said, Bill, what if we're right? And it turned out we were right. And Bill's gone somewhere, and we're here watching our life story on the screen. That's right. Incredible.
So there.
I thought it was good to lift the veil on the perception of who these guys are, because everybody knows them as their characters, and there's so much more. Right. So hopefully the movie gives you what you would expect, but also this kind of deeper, philosophical, intelligent part of who they both are that I don't think a lot of people get a chance to see enough of, you know?
Right, that's why there's so much more to the story for people to understand, to appreciate. Hardcore fans, casual fans, that you captured it. Thank you so much for this.
I mean, first it was about, well, they like the movie and they like it, and I hope the fans like it, because, you know, yeah, okay.